Much of fatherhood is simply doing what needs to be done without much fanfare or recognition. I realized how much this was the case with my own dad, that growing up, he did a lot behind the scenes that I did not fully recognize or appreciate at the time. But sometime over this past several years, God opened my heart to love and respect and honor my father in a deeper way. It was after he had written me a note, handwritten note, and I realized how his handwriting had changed over the years, that his hands had become shaky with just age and different illnesses that he was dealing with. And so I could barely make out his scribbles. But I realized that these hands were still blessed. And so I wrote the following. My father's hands are shaky now, but they diligently share with me his thoughts. His scribbles betray the years past, no longer the steady hand of youth. But the glory of these hands is in their age shakes and wrinkles. These are the hands that dressed him each morning for work, spending hours away from the family to provide. These are the hands that fixed the broken heater so we could stay warm, and the hands that mowed the lawn so I could play. These hands did not provide a mother's touch, but they cared for me in their own way. These hands protected, provided, and guided. These hands shaped the man I am today. My father's hands are shaky now, but that's okay. My father's hands are blessed. My father was far from a perfect man, but part of what God showed me was that he was worthy of honor, not simply because all the things he did behind the scenes without me realizing it, but because he was a father and my father. That certainly it's easy to honor those who are exceptional fathers, those who go above and beyond our expectations, as it were. That it's easy at Father's Day, for Christmas, for birthdays, to lavish them with praise and honor. And perhaps it's also easy to honor the men who are at least on the way. We see them working. They may not have arrived yet. They leave a lot to be desired, but we see that they're on the way. And so it's easy to honor their efforts. What's harder but still important and needed to do is to honor the men who still come up short, who are missing the mark in their fatherhood, but we still choose to honor them for the role, the position that they occupy, more so than the man themselves. And so we can see this with presidents. We can see this with kings. We can see this in the military, that you honor a uniform and not necessarily the man in the uniform. And so there's times in which we're giving honor to a particular father, honoring fatherhood, and not necessarily that particular man. That fatherhood is worthy of honor, even if the man comes up short. This is true in our giving of honor, and it's also true in our receiving of honor. It's easy for us to downplay that this was just my job. There's nothing special about what I did. And so it's easy to dismiss or downplay the honor that others try to give us. But it's not prideful to receive such honor. In fact, it's an act of true humility, because we're recognizing and agreeing with God that fatherhood matters. That in the beginning, he made them male and female. And so there's a place for femininity and honoring motherhood, but there's also a place for masculinity and honoring fatherhood. These are distinct roles, and they both matter. And so when we're accepting the honor of fatherhood, that's not boasting because we are perfect or that we are better than other men. We're simply agreeing with God that fatherhood matters and it's worthy of honor. And so honor the fathers in your life, even when they're less than perfect, and learn to receive honor yourself, not because you're perfect or that you're better than other men, but because you occupy a role or position that reflects God the Father, who's always worthy of honor and praise. If this resonates with you, then like and subscribe and share with other men who might need reminders of the weight and worth of their fatherhood. And then check out this next video on why it's important to also be Clark Kent. Without giving up the essence of who we are as Superman, sometimes it's important to take off the cape and simply be Clark. Check that out here.